So, welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. The idea behind this lecture series is very simple. We want you to revise your current affairs because revision is very important. Current affairs revision is very important because 40 to 50% of the MCQs in your prelims examination are directly or indirectly related to current affairs. And what better way to revise or prepare your current affairs for prelims than by getting the much needed MCQ practice? Because this MCQ practice would come in really handy for your prelims examination. You wouldn't have to worry about your current affairs portion at least if you have covered this lecture series, okay, or you have been consistent with this lecture series. Now 4 to 5 MCQs on a daily basis would add up to more than 1200 MCQs, okay, 1200 MCQs just from the topic of current affairs alone. So make this lecture series a part of your daily routine. All right, let's begin today's session starting with question number 1. Consider the following regarding Armed Forces Special Powers Act, AFSPA. Manipur, Nagaland, Jammu and Kashmir are the only states where AFSPA is applied. As per Section 3 of the Act, the President through notification can declare an area as disturbed area where AFSPA is applicable. The law provides legal protection to armed forces personnel from prosecution for actions taken against under AFSPA. Now look, there are many disturbed areas in our country, especially in Northeast and Jammu and Kashmir, where security situation is really bad. And to control that security situation, well, you need to give special powers to the armed forces personnel. Keeping this thing in mind, in 1958, we enacted Armed Forces Special Powers Act. Okay, now under this act, you give some special powers to armed forces personnel in disturbed areas. Okay, disturbed areas, this is very important. Areas which are termed as disturbed areas, well, AFSPA can be applied over there only. Okay, now in these areas, armed forces have special powers. They can use force, sometimes even lethal force, okay, to control security situation. They can arrest without warrant, search a particular place without warrant, even shoot to disperse a gathering, okay, all these things, and they won't be prosecuted. Armed forces personnel won't be prosecuted for the actions taken by them under this act, okay. So it is a very special act, only applied in special situations. Now AFSPA is applicable in Manipur, Nagaland, Jammu and Kashmir, Arunachal and few other states of Northeast. So it's not just Manipur, Nagaland and Jammu and Kashmir, so this part is incorrect. Now AFSPA is applicable only in disturbed areas. Okay. Now, who has the power to declare a particular area as disturbed area? The governor of the state. Okay. Or the administrator of a UT, if it's a UT. Or the central government directly. Okay. They can declare a particular area as disturbed area through notification published in the Gazette. Okay. So it's not the president, it's these people. So this statement is also false. The law provides legal protection to armed forces personnel from prosecution for actions taken under AFSPA. This part is correct. So only one is correct. The answer is A. Question 2. Consider the following factors used in World Happiness Report rankings. GDP per capita, social support, freedom to make life choices, military strength, corruption perception. Which of the above are considered in determining a country's ranking in the World Happiness Report? Okay, so look, World Happiness Report is basically a report that is published annually. Okay, and basically this report is published by Oxford University. Okay, there is a particular department in Oxford University in collaboration with UN, United Nations Sustainable Development Initiative. Okay, network initiative. Now, the thing is that this World Happiness Report basically comes out with an index. And each country, around 147 countries, are given a score on this index and then they are ranked. Now, Finland has recently secured rank number 1. It has been securing rank number 1 for 8 years. Okay. And India's rank was 118. Okay. Now, this index basically tells you how happy people are in a particular country. Now, India's rank is 118 out of 147. Even Pakistan has a better rank, 109. Nepal has a better rank. Okay. Though, what is asked in this question is what are the indicators through which we measure how happy a particular population is? Okay. So, it is GDP per capita, it is social support. Okay. It is freedom to make life choices. It is not military strength at all. It is corruption perception. It is generosity. Okay. And then the other is life expectancy, healthy life expectancy. So these are the 6 indicators on the basis of which you measure how happy a population is. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 5. A. Question 3. Consider the following statements regarding Competition Commission of India. It is a statutory authority that functions under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. It is responsible for enforcing Competition Act. Appeal against the order of CCI can be filed in National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. Now look, in our country in the year 2002, Competition Act was passed. And the purpose of this act was that no business or no organization, however huge it is, big it is, should use its dominant market position to basically damage fair competition or to basically apply monopolistic practices. So, no company should have monopoly over a particular sector. Competition Act will ensure that there is fair competition in a particular economic segment or economic sector. Fair competition means that smaller players, smaller companies also have the opportunity to compete fairly on fair terms. If they are producing a better product, better service, then they should be able to gain benefits out of it. Okay, this is what is ensured by Competition Act. Now, to enforce this Competition Act, we have created a body called Competition Commission of India. Okay, so it is a statutory authority and is responsible for enforcing Competition Act. Second statement is absolutely correct. Now, this CCI functions under Ministry of Corporate Affairs, not Commerce and Industry. So, because of the phrase commerce and industry, this statement is false. Now, CCI basically investigates cases of misusing your dominant position, and sometimes CCI gives an order against a dominant company. If the company feels that this order is unfair, then that company can appeal against that order in National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. So, this part is correct. Okay, so the answer is 2 and 3 only. And last, which of the following statements are correct regarding power grids in India? National Load Dispatch Center is the apex body for integrated operation of Indian power system. May, June are the peak load months in India. India's battery storage infrastructure covers more than 40% of the renewable energy generated. Okay. Now, the entire electricity grid in India, its management is under National Load Dispatch Center. This is absolutely correct. And this NLDC functions under Ministry of Power. Now, in India, well, there are seasons of electricity consumption. During the months of April to July, maximum electricity in India is consumed, or demand for electricity is very high during these months. Why? Because it's summer season and you need air conditioning. And because of the load of air conditioning, electricity consumption increases during these months. Now, the peak months are May, June. So, the May, June are the peak load months in India. Absolutely correct. Now, the thing is, India has considerable capacity for renewable energy. Okay, we can produce 200 gigawatts of electricity through renewable energy alone. But the problem with renewable energy is solar and wind. The problem with them is that they are intermittent. If the sun is shining bright and high, well, you'll produce solar energy. But if the sun is not shining, like if it's cloudy weather or it's night, well, solar energy won't be produced, right? Same is the case with wind energy. If wind is blowing fast, well, that's good. If it's not, well, you won't produce any wind energy. So you can't completely rely on solar and wind energy. Okay? And if you do want to completely rely on solar and wind energy for your electricity requirements, then what you can do is that If you produce surplus solar energy, then you should store it in batteries, so that when the sun is not shining, you can use this battery to satiate your demands for electricity, right? That is why it is being said that India needs to upgrade its battery infrastructure also, because solar energy is intermittent. So when the sun is shining, store that energy and then use it further. Now, India's battery storage infrastructure covers more than 40%, not at all. Of the 200 gigawatts of electricity produced through renewable energy, only around 4 to 5 gigawatts of storage capacity we have. It's not 40%, it's like 2%. Okay, so this statement is false. The answer is 1 and 2, A. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But it would add more value, like I say this always, if you revise this lecture. And by revision, I mean spending another 5 to 10 minutes taking a look at written detailed solutions to each and every MCQ discussed above. Now, you can find these solutions in our notes, and these notes are shared on our Telegram channel. Where can you find our Telegram channel? Well, just below this video in the comment section, you'll find a link. Just click on that link, it'll take you to our Telegram channel, and from there you can download the notes for this lecture and do the necessary revision. On that note, I'll be signing off with the promise of seeing you again with another set of MCQs. Thank you, everyone.